This is such an amazing time for us to go into that place of inner reflection and understanding ourselves more and allowing ourselves to grow and transform, right? And so, and I've spoken about that a lot. And one thing that's really becoming apparent is that so many have the concept that let's just wait for this to be over and life will go back to normal. You know, there's going to be a new normal. You know, this is a time where all the old paradigms, all the old ways of doing things, you know, whether that be on a societal level or whether that be personally, are shifting and are changing, right? And so it's important that we start realizing this. It's important that we you know, do the work that we need to do within ourselves to reach that place of acceptance in order to let go of whatever the old was for us, you know, and to let go in order to bring this new in order to welcome this new in, right? Because things are changing. We can't help that. We can't be in control of that. And so all we can do is to do the inner work to reach that place of acceptance and understanding, and, you know, in order to be able to let go. And so so this was sort of dropping in this morning for me, the importance of, hey, you know, people need to realize that things are not going to go back to what your normal was. Businesses will be changing, you know, the way the government does things will probably change. And sure, there will be absolutely a lot that will be the same as well, yet there's going to be a lot of change, and there's going to be a lot of, a new normal, right? And so it's important to take this opportunity to let go of whatever wasn't working, you know, and to be open to what the world will look like for you personally moving forward, right? And it's such a beautiful time to manifest as well. And so spending some time while you're in this space of quietness to reflect on, well, what would you want to manifest? What do you want your life to be? You know, and to allow that to become a focus for you, not in the sense of you're worrying about the future or you're too focused on the future. Like, we need to still be present with this. Yeah, you can certainly, you know, have a concept of, you know, how do you want life to look like for you? What do you want your lifestyle to be? You know, do you want to be traveling, or do you want to be living on a fucking ocean side, you know, the beachfront somewhere, or in the hills, or do you want to be working for yourself, or do you want to be, you know, working from a place of service to others, or, you know, and you haven't been? What does that look like? You know, what is your soul? And this isn't something that just comes from thinking of it. This is something that comes from your soul, right? It comes from your heart. And so that's why that, you know, the inner reflective, the being still with yourself, being present, so you can feel what that is for you, and allow yourself to be carried forward by that, opposed to what your head is telling you. Yeah. And so this is where we need to be right now. This is the best, you know, this is the best way we can utilize our time, because it's not going to look the same for you. It's just not, you know, and there will be aspects that will, sure, yet life is changing. And so this is such a huge awakening for humanity, you know, and there will be a lot of things that end and a lot of things that look like disaster. Then there's also the bigger picture, right? And that doesn't take away from the people that are struggling through this at the moment, that may have loved ones that are unwell and that may be unwell themselves. You know, they need our love and support, and then also we need to look at the bigger picture. And I speak about this a lot, but yeah, so what was dropping in is that the best thing that you can do to support yourself right now is to release and let go of this old paradigm of yourself, yeah, and just welcome in that new, whatever that looks like. You might not even know. If I would not have even had a concept that I'd be sitting here in front of you right now, or doing the work that I do 20 years ago, 15 years ago, right? It just would not have been in my, it couldn't have even been a concept. There's no way. And so I suppose my example in that is, what is possible for you in 5 years? What is possible for you in 2? We didn't see this coming, 12 months ago, right? Things change, things happen. And so, what could be possible for you? Anything, right? Because we're creator beings and we can create which we desire, right? And so what I would invite you to do is to perhaps even host a little letting go ceremony for yourself, where you're letting go of the old version of you. I appreciate that can be a scary concept if you don't know what that future you looks like, if that you don't know what that tomorrow you even looks like. Yet we need to, to open that door, to allow that in. We need to shift that old energy of ourselves. We need to tell the universe, we need to tell our soul that we are ready to embrace ready to embrace what we are becoming. And so that is my homework to you guys today. It's about release. It's about letting go and using this time wisely, because it's so important. It really, really is. Your future depends on it. And I can feel like Spirit is so close right now, like they want to make me cry with emotion, with love, not out of sadness. They want us all to be our truth. They want us all to enjoy life, to enjoy this experience that we chose this time to come here, right? And so they want us to make the most of this, and we can't make the most of this if we're living in fear. We just can't. And so it's about stepping into that release, that acceptance, and also that love through that as well, and allowing ourselves to move away from what everyone, society, what the media, what all that garbage is telling us. It's just it's no different than reading a trash magazine. You know what I mean? It really isn't. And so you have a choice. So I just wanted to share that beautiful message from Spirit, because I felt that it was really important. And so I invite you to have a little letting go ceremony today. Drop into your heart and just listen to what it's telling you. How do you need to release this old version of yourself, right? Because she or he is not going to exist tomorrow, and certainly in the world that we're moving into, that they just don't exist anymore, right? And so welcome in that new. Drop into your heart and just listen to what it's telling you. How do you need to release this old version of yourself, right? Because she or he is not going to exist tomorrow, and certainly in the world that we're moving into, that they just don't exist anymore, right? And so welcome in that new.